I retired nearly 2 years ago, and my life has completely transformed. Today, I'm going to show you what a typical Wednesday in my life looks like. Enjoy. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and today I'm taking that single step. I remember when I retired, I didn't think I could. I retired at age 57, and I always thought I would work till at least 65. But then one day I just got tired. I was like, you know what? I'm exhausted. I'm mentally fatigued. I'm physically fatigued. And I said, I got to do something different. So I retired. And there were people that say, oh, you can't retire yet. You shouldn't do it. And I would say this: those who say it cannot be done shouldn't interrupt those who are doing it. And right now I'm doing it, and I love it. When I wake up, I enjoy a freshly brewed cup of coffee. So let's start with that. This is the coffee that I use. I'm part of a coffee club. It's called Atlas Coffee. They send me different types each month, different coffee beans. I believe these beans came from Guatemala. Last time it was Brazil. So they come from all over the world. I don't have a favorite. I like to just try different things. And I love this little grinder. This works perfect. So it just does it exactly the way I want it. So we will grind the coffee, it'll go in there, and then we will brew a fresh cup of coffee. A few minutes later. The other thing I like to do is enjoy my coffee outside, especially in the summer. Now in the winter, I have to drink it indoors, so I normally will try a different spot in the house each day. I might drink it in the living room, the dining room, the family room, the basement, the garage, just different spots, bedrooms. But it's a very deliberate act to focus on the coffee. So no phones, no TV, just me enjoying a cup of coffee, enjoying the house, whether it's indoors or outdoors like today. So when I'm outdoors, there's a bird right there I'm looking at. You get to connect with Mother Earth, with Gaia. And sometimes behind me, I have a hummingbird feeder. So they'll join me a lot of times as I drink my coffee. And you can't beat that. If I don't drink it here, right now I'm in the gazebo, I'll drink it behind me on the patio, but it's a little hot there, or up on the deck. But wherever I'm at, as long as I'm outside, I'm enjoying myself and I'm loving what I do. Now after my coffee, we'll go on a walk. That too is fun. Dear Lord God, please encapsulate, surround, and heal me with the white Christ light of healing and protection. Remove all negative vibrations from me, cast them down to their proper plane. Replace them with the highest vibrations and close and guard my aura against their return. You are loved so much. Mighty Spirit, thy will, not my will, be done. I am at peace. I will radiate love. I will do the inner work. I ask that you bless over all sentient beings, angels. Please guide me through my day. Bless over all souls. I am at peace. I am one with the universe. I am harmonized with the collective. I am at one with nature. I am the light of the world. God is within me. There's nothing better than enjoying nature and also paying respect to Source. This is one of the most beautiful places to pray. I enjoy it. So what does it mean when a turtle crosses your path? What's the spiritual meaning? Now I'm at the Potomac River. It's about 3 miles down the street from my house. So you can see this is the Potomac River. I spent a lot of time boating in this river. We had a Bayliner 265, and I really got to know this river well. So right across from me, that's the Virginia side. I'm on the Maryland side. Really love this river. A lot of good memories out here. And this is the end point of my walk. And again, it's about 2.5 miles back to the house. Talk to you then. I grow fresh plants in my basement. That's right, in my basement. Let's take a look at how that works. This is the Garden 4.0 hydroponic system. So I've got 30 pods or 30 plants. That one's really grown. I got to cut that. But you can see some of them I've cut down, so that's why they're not really growing. And I've got some replacement pods coming. But it's a hydroponic system, meaning there's no soil. These I planted, you can see these are very full at the bottom. They're a little older. I cycle them through based on what we're eating. So tonight with the HelloFresh, we're gonna have some of this to go with it. Down here is it's a 5-gallon water basin. So what happens is there's it's called Kelby Smart Assist, and it waters the plants. When I put the water in here, the lights come on automatic. They come on, I think, around 7 and go off around 9. But my basement's dark, so I don't need any windows, door lighting. I turn my lights off in the basement, but this light stays on. These 2 tubes here, they provide a natural light, and there's a AI system again called Kelby that actually monitors the plants. So it's got a camera like right there. There's a camera right there, and it monitors the plants. And it'll tell me like, hey, you got to add more food or add more water. And if I go on vacation, I tell it I'm on vacation, and it kind of takes care of the plants themselves. They get pretty big. This is a YouTube channel. So here's someone watering. Well, she's cutting them now because you do have to cut them because you can see how large hers are. They really do grow big. So, I mean, it provides continuous food. I mean, this is 30 pods. It's a lot of food, and there's all kind of things. Each of these is different. Like this is green salmonella. This is bronze arrow. That's cilantro. There's just different things. I forget what they're called because they've got such a great choice. This is, I can't really see what that is. It's some kind of flashy lettuce, it's called. Really good. But what I really love about this is you can literally take off a piece like this, and I'm going to put it right in my mouth. I am now eating it. So, because I know that the water is bottled, I use a bottled water right there, and it's in my basement. So I know there's no chemicals down here. Okay, now it's time to eat something. This will be my first meal of the day. This is the Truvani. They call it the Only Bar. I did a whole video on this, but it's all natural ingredients. It's things that I know. This one has peanuts, maple syrup, chocolate, peanut oil, sea salt, coconut oil. Like I said, they're all natural ingredients. I like it. It's called Truvani. So that is the first meal I will have. We do intermittent fasting. So my next meal will be at around 3 o'clock, and that'll be a HelloFresh meal. So part of my wellness program includes working out, and this is down in the basement. So I've got the weights right here, these Nike weights. I like those. They're nice. I don't need a lot of weight. I focus instead on repetitions, and I'm very deliberate with each movement because the older you get, you realize you don't need all that. So then I've got my sit-up bar here. Got the boxing gloves because I love to use this bag right here. I've got one of these, I don't know what they're called, but they're just the lifts. I love doing the lifts. You can do the leg lifts. You can do pull-ups. This thing is amazing. Got this on Amazon. Love it. That's a great workout. I got one of these. I got the Peloton, which I also like. And then you've got these sit-up handles. And then I just have the standard weight bench, again, with the weights on there. And I find that this gives me the perfect workout for what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to take about an hour and a half out and work out. A few minutes later. So it's that time of the week again. So let's get the John Deere out and let's cut the grass, because that is also one of my tasks. Take care. All right, so I'm out back and headed to the shed. It's now time to pull the John Deere out and get to the next phase of what I do. So here we are in the shed. It's a typical shed. I like it. It was built by the Amish. This is the John Deere. It's a Z365R zero turn, and it is the greatest thing ever. I love it. You know, the thing about this is when you look at my lawn, so I've got to cut. It takes me about 20 minutes to cut the grass. I'll take you on a visual of it real quick. And it's worth every penny, because I paid about $3,600 for that mower. But by the time you pay someone $65 a week to cut your grass times 4 times about 8 months out of the year, I think that adds up to about $2,080. Love my Generac. That's a lot of money. So cutting the grass is not that hard, because right now with this John Deere, makes it very simple. So you can see this is the lawn I'll have to cut. The driveway coming back around, and like I said, all in all, it'll take me about 20 minutes to do this, and it is so well worth it. Using this thing really does make life simple. Like I said, it pretty much pays for itself in 2 years, because it would cost me otherwise about $2,080 a year to cut my lawn, because we tend to cut from March all the way up to the week before Thanksgiving. And again, if you just do simple math, 65 times 4 times 8, it'll be about $4,160. So again, I paid $3,600 for it. By the second year, it pays for itself. They last forever. My last one ran for about 17 years. I gave it to my neighbor 4 years ago. He's still using it. So I guess it's about 21, 22 years old. This one's 4 years old and just running strong. Easy to maintain. I change my own oil. I do everything but change the blades. I haven't changed the blades yet, but if I watch YouTube, I'm sure I can do that too. Anyway, I'll see you after we get done with this lawn. Bye. All right, let's talk dinner and HelloFresh. Okay, so I said that we would have HelloFresh. This is the HelloFresh menu for today. There's the instructions on how to cook it. There's also this. We could have the citrus turkey tacos. I substitute pork for turkey, so we've got the turkey, but I think we'll probably have that tomorrow. So we will do the tilapia Cajun spiced crispy tilapia sandwiches. There's the tilapia, and then they give you all the ingredients, which I love. There's the coleslaw. This is tempura batter mix. You've got the baguettes, you've got the potatoes, the lime, some kind of Cajun spice, and the mayonnaise. The only thing they don't give you is things like butter and oil, salt and pepper. But everything else comes, it's fresh, we love it. Okay, so it's the end of the day and I'm going into the garage. One of the things I like to do is, I've always found that washing cars, detailing cars, is like stress relief for me. So I come out here, it's evening, it's a good way to kind of work off the meal. I've already done my walks, done my exercises. These cabinets are functional, so if you open them up, I've got my Stage 1, the wheel cleaners in here. These are two of my favorite brands. I really like this one because it only takes a couple of, in about 3 squirts, I can cover my whole tire and rim. I like this one as well from Chemical Guys, but it just takes a lot more pumps to get the whole wheel covered. Then I have what's called Stage 2. This is the Stage 2, and this is the tire dressings. This one is my favorite, this VRP. You put it on with this applicator pad, and it just stays on. It's water-based, so it doesn't sling. A lot of times, especially white cars, you don't see it on this color because it's dark, but if I put an oil-based or anything but water-based, it tends to sling all over here, and then you get it on the back as well. I notice with this, if I leave it on for about 2 hours out in the sun, let it dry, don't move the car, it stays on permanent, and I love it. Then I come over here and I've got all my spray waxes and detailers. This is where the magic happens. Again, I got Chemical Guys, I've got Adams, I've got Mothers, Lucas, McGuire's, you name it, it's up there. I love them all. And then you come over here, got the car wash, again, some Chemical Guys suds, some McGuire suds, some basic Joy if I'm just cleaning tires. Well, actually, I think that's Dawn. And then just a clay bar. Clay bars are amazing, especially if your car has any imperfections in it. I do have a spray jet that I use as well. I have a, if I really want to do a deep wax, I use this. There's my interior stuff. So it's also glass cleaner and interior detailer. It makes it smell nice, look good inside. And then finally, in this cabinet, just more rags. You can't have enough fiber of microfiber cloths. So I like to come out here. Like I said, for me, it's stress relief to just kind of detail the car and take care of it. Love doing that. And it's just nice, you know, you get to use every part of your house, as I've said before. I mentioned the boat. There's a picture of my wife on our boat. Got some more. There's my daughter on it. That was the Bayliner. That was on the Potomac that we were on earlier. But anyway, now we can, those are the lights you see up there. But now we can detail the car and call it a wrap. And then after that, it's just time to watch TV and enjoy the rest of my evening. So there you have it. Now you know what a typical Wednesday looks like. And you know what? Thursday is going to pretty much repeat that routine. I'm having a blast. And it wasn't, you know, my life has transformed. I was commissioned into the United States Army and I served 20 years. I was an infantry officer and adjutant's general. I served 20 years. I did deployments. I did it all. Then I retired in 2008. Then I became a senior executive with the Department of Defense and then with Department of Veterans Affairs. I was getting up at 3:45, leaving my house at 4:30 to drive to the bus station. I'd catch the bus to go, I'd catch the 5 o'clock a.m. bus to get downtown. I would get downtown DC about 5:45, 5:50 a.m. And then it would be a 12-hour day and 10 meetings, 12 meetings. I testified before Congress. I met with everybody that there was to meet with. It was just nonstop. And don't get me wrong, I had a very fulfilling career. Loved every minute of it, but at a certain point, I knew it was time to retire because I was absolutely exhausted. So if you're feeling exhausted and you're thinking about retiring, honestly, I didn't think I could retire until I was 65, and I retired at 57. So I exceeded any expectations I have, but I had reached that point where I just couldn't do it anymore, and I'm done. If you're that way, hopefully this video inspires you. Take care, and I'll talk with you. I'm Harvey Johnson, and thank you for joining me on the Inner Works podcast, where we do the inner work. Peace.